Can you hear me now? I might have figured it out. I'm testing the sound. Sorry. Yes. Okay. Sorry. I don't even know. I had a lot of issues this month or this week with going live. Thanks, Terry. And including a totally separate issue this morning with the camera that goes on my hands not connecting. And then apparently it had me muted and in a way that it never has before. So we're just going to go with it and hope this works today. Good morning. My name is Jennifer Cotton. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas. That means I teach people how to make greeting cards, scrapbook pages, gift packaging, and more. By the way, anyone can do this. You don't have to be crafty. Anyone can become crafty just from copying other people, because Stampin' Up! Has amazing products that match and coordinate. And so you don't have to be an artist. They do the artwork for you. They tell you what colors to combine, all that stuff. So that is what I love about being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, is being able to teach people that they can be crafty. Yay, GN bingo box arrived today. Yay. Okay, so that's me, Jennifer Cotton. I've been a demonstrator over 20 years. November will be 21 years, and I do this as a full-time job. So thank you for watching this video on YouTube or Facebook and supporting me. Excuse me. So good morning, Terry. Oh, I went back. I don't think it even let me scroll back all the way to the first comments, but Terry is the first one I see. So good morning, Terry. And good morning, Facebook user in Mansfield. Hey, Lori, good morning. Hey, Linda, good morning to you. Good morning, Marcia and Denise. Jean in North Dakota, good morning. Let me see. I got all my answers about if they can hear me. Sandy, good morning. Sorry, I'm skipping past. Catherine, good morning. Susan, I'm glad it's working now. Good morning. Ann got her bingo box. Woo-hoo. Good morning. Bingo's tonight, by the way. Thanks, Lori. She's like, relax. I know. I already yesterday, with so many issues I had, I was like, we're just going to do whatever happens tomorrow. If I'm only on Facebook, if I'm only on YouTube, or if I have to go live the old-fashioned way on my phone. So we'll see. Thanks for sharing, Lori. Good morning, Mary Ann. Good morning, Ellen. Thank you. Says it looks good and sounds great. Susan, good morning. Hey, Sandy. Thanks for sharing, Jean. Good morning, Denise in Colorado. Jen, good morning. Tammy, hello. Thank you for sharing, Facebook user. I'll see your name later in Facebook. Diane, good morning. Thanks for sharing. Carol, good morning to you. Thanks for sharing. Kathy, good morning in Minnesota. She's like, question mark, exclamation mark. Linda, good morning. Jeanne, thanks for sharing. Hey, Stella. Okay, so thank you guys for being here. As you come onto this video, if you're on replay, if you're watching it live, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, make a comment. That will get you entered to win the 3 cards I'm going to make today with the Apple Harvest bundle. So this is a bundle right now, but only temporarily. We only have a few more days of this promotion left. So the stamp set you can buy anytime. It's in our annual catalog. The dies are while supplies last, or September 30th. They're called Apple Blossoms, and they're amazing. So you'll see those today when I make my cards, which are going to be 3, and you have a chance to win those by commenting on the video. You also have a chance to win them by sharing the video, but make sure you comment that you shared, because both platforms don't like to share that information. So just comment shared, like GN just did, for example, and Kathy, and then you will be entered to win these cards. And again, on replay or not. On YouTube, after this video ends, I will be adding timestamps to the description down in YouTube. So that means you will be able, on replay, to skip to specials, stamping, whatever sections I add there. And then on on here on YouTube, I'm sorry, I will be adding a link over here, a couple of links over here. And so if you see a little circle with an eye when you're watching a YouTube video, if you click on that, it is links that or information that YouTube person has added for you. So if you click on that little eye circle that you'll see in the corner, you'll get links to my tutorial store and my TikTok channel, because I have over 100 videos on TikTok that are quick, easy, quick tips, helpful tips, and some are making cards and making projects beginning to end, sneak peeks of things, etc. So I want y'all to check that out. Okay. By the way, when you comment, when you share, when you give a like, a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bells, that all helps my business. So thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go over monthly classes. I offer classes every month that anyone can attend in person. Also, anyone can take them to go in the US, or anyone in the world can take the tutorials only. So there's 4 classes each month: card class, scrapbook class, Stamp-A-Stack, and sampler. And then I offer other things throughout the year, basically, seasonally. So I'll tell you about what I have right now with those. But everything I offer includes your PDF tutorial. Everything's going to be cut, die cut, punched, embossed that we possibly can. You will cut your designer paper and kit components unless otherwise stated on all of this. They're all offered in the US, and they're all, it says most, but I've pretty much changed it. You can purchase a PDF tutorial for all of them. And again, that can be anywhere in the world. So those monthly classes for September have passed. I do have 1 scrapbook packet left. I can't remember if I sold all the card class packets, the 4 cards. I can't remember. I think I did though. Anyway, I sold all the Stamp-A-Stacks, but I have 1 sampler packet left from last month, from September, which is technically we're still in. This is the gorgeous sampler they made. Don't you love that? It's a 12 by 12 thing that you can frame like art. So I have a paper here. I have an older one here that's framed just to show you what that looks like. So it makes great home decor. It makes a great gift, or whatever you want to do. And you can exchange the samplers in your frames seasonally or whenever you feel like it. This is what your packets look like. You're getting over $20 in merchandise. You're getting all the paper, which you can't see here because of the thank you card, but it's cut, die cut, punched, embossed whenever possible. Scoot this over so you can see it. See that packet right there? See all that die cutting and embossing? And then we try our best to package these in order of the squares on the page. So keep it in order. It'll be really easy for you to stamp and assemble with our PDF tutorial. So I have one of those available. It's only $28 plus shipping. And then next month, my 4 classes are going to be card class. We're going to use card class. Sorry, back up. Card and scrapbook are $15 free with a $20 order. They are happening in person on October 15th or mailed October 17th if you take it to go. So remember, they're all offered to go. In person is in DeSoto, Texas. So you need to register by October 13th for card or scrapbook. And for card class, we're using the Celebrate with Tags bundle and the Cottage Wreaths bundle to make our 4 cards for $15 free with a $20 order. And then for scrapbook, we're going to make 2 Thanksgiving pages and 1 Christmas page. And then the following month, we'll make the next Christmas page that matches, and so on. It continues on like that all year. And we're using the Soft Seedlings stamp set, Painted Pheasant stamp set, and Spruced Up bundle for those. Okay. And then sampler for next month, we're going to use the Season of Chic bundle. So that is actually in our annual catalog. It's an all-occasion stamp set. It's for the back here, I think on page 90 something. See if I can find it. I didn't write it down. Here it is. So I think it's going to make a really great sort of fall to going into winter sampler. Just a nice generic sampler you could put in your home at any time. So that's the theme, and then we'll move into our Christmas ones after that. And by the way, you can join the sampler club, even better. It's the same exact price, $28 for over 20 in merchandise plus all the supplies to make those samplers, cut, die cut, etc. And after 6 consecutive months of being in the club, you get $25 in free merchandise of your choice. And then there's Stamp a Stack class, which we're still in our Christmas card series of that. So it is 12 cards for $30 and includes over $20 in merchandise. It's a great deal. And we cut die cut from Boss. Like, how could it be easier? So this month we'll be using in October the Leaves of Holly bundle, which is gorgeous. You're going to love it. And that is both of those you need to register by, did I change the date? October 9th. I see a place where I didn't. But anyway, October 9th. Okay. Links are not out yet, by the way. This is just like mark your calendars. Yes, I want it. Let me make a note to sign up when Jennifer sends the links out, which will be by October 1st. Okay, next up, some things you can sign up for now. We have our Alejandra and me. So Alejandra Gomez and Jennifer Cotton are putting on an event for demonstrators only on November 12th in Arlington, Texas. This is right after a Stampin' Up event in Arlington, Texas that demonstrators all levels can attend. But even if you did not attend the Arlington one, you can come to ours at 6:30 p.m. in Arlington on November 12th. So we're going to have 2 classes for you with the Awash and Beauty bundle and the Happy Forest Friends bundle. We're going to have goodie bags, gifts, prizes, make and takes. Of course, make and take stuff. Displays. We have guest display stampers and more. I think it's going to be amazing. We still have room left, but we have a ton of people signed up, which I think is even better for you. You get to meet new people and all that stuff. So this event, you need to go ahead and register if you want to come, but only demonstrators. So yes, you can join my team and register for that as well. Someone just did that very recently. Thank you, Vivian. Okay, so any questions on that, let me know. It is November 12th at the Sheraton in Arlington, which is a sidewalk. You just walk across the sidewalk to get from the convention center to this hotel. By the way, Mary Ann, I want to say, Mary Ann said, you and your helpers do the best packaging, die cutting, embossing, and punching. So thank you, Mary Ann. We really, anyone can make mistakes, and we do make mistakes sometimes, but we try our best to package in order so it's not confusing. You're not digging through looking for the right piece. Organized so that it makes sense instead of just being a pile of punched out circles and die cut pieces that are all different sizes. So we appreciate that feedback, Marianne. Good morning, Sarah. Hey, Pamela. Hey, Mary. Good morning to you. Hey, Pat. Hey, Pam. Good morning. Linda shared. Thank you. Linda has a busy day. Saved the video for later. Smart. Dana. Thank you. Good morning. She says, have a great day to everybody. Denise shared. Thank you. Let's go down. Carol. She says, finally caught you live. Really, Carol? Love all the purple hearts. Cindy, good morning. Thanks for sharing. Terry, great time to buy those bundles. Hint, hint. Since you're a demonstrator, you get your discount. Of course, we get our discount, as y'all know. Thank you, Lori. The classes are very nice to use. Stacy in Florida, thanks for sharing. Good morning. Hey, Susie, good morning to you. Okay, so we have that one. Then our October retreat in a box. April McCray and I put this event on. It will be amazing. I haven't designed the make and takes yet, but we make at least 10 projects, including a sampler, cards, scrapbook pages, and more. This will be Christmas themed. Obviously, we're using the Sweetest Christmas Suite for our make and takes. You're also going to get $50 in merchandise, which is your goodie bag, gifts from us, a bag, and of course, PDF tutorial and all that. And then you can take this to go. Obviously, it's a retreat in a box. It's mailed to you, or you can pick it up from me. And then within the retreat in a box, we offer 2 optional classes. The Frosted Flurry one is a Stamp-A-Stack that I will be designing of 12 cards or designs, and you'll get a ton of product with that. And yes, you can only take that class or only take the retreat or April's Santa's delivery class, which is gorgeous. You're going to make a mini album that like explodes out of a box, a wreath, and gift tags in her class using Santa's delivery. So you can take only her class, only my class, only both classes, only retreat, or mix it up any way you want. So when you click that registration link, and the tutorials only, by the way, are in that same link. When you click the link, you'll make all your choices there and selections. And you can always, with my events, you can add on the stamps and bundles we're using when you register if you choose. Only with the demonstrator event, we don't have that option because you're all demonstrators and you can buy it at your own discount. But anyway, all of my other events are that way. So register by October 9th for that. And even though I haven't made my samples yet, although I have the stuff laying over here on the table for the moment I have time, they're going to be awesome. So go ahead, register for that. By the way, we do have an in-person retreat in October, but it's full as can be. But you want to join our Simply Spoiled Retreats Facebook group, which there is a link for. There's tons of links in this video description up here for Facebook, down here for YouTube. That in that Facebook group, we notify that group first when we have openings for retreats in person. They also get the retreat links first as well. But anyway, okay. And then we do have an in-person retreat coming up in 2023 in April 23rd through 26th in Temple, Texas. It is amazing. You get an 8-foot table. You get all the goodie bag stuff I just named, except it'll be a different theme in April, obviously. We'll announce that when we can. We get to see the new catalogs November 12th, actually November 11th for me. So we'll be making those decisions soon after that. But anyway, you get your own table. You get to use April and my supplies. While you're there, you get to work on anything you want, including, it doesn't have to be stamping. Some people sew, some quilt, some sit there and read, some talk to their friends the whole time. You can do whatever you want. We have a table set up where you can go make our make and takes using our supplies. You can take the classes there, self-paced. It's amazing. You get meals, you get a bed, you get roommates. It's fun. So if you want to sign up for that, we still have space, but it could fill up. So I would get your spot sooner than later. By the way, links to everything I'm talking about, the links that are set up now, will be in the 1 p.m. email that goes out. So make sure you're signed up for my email list, which you can get links to that in this video as well, or just tell me, hey, here's my email address. I want to be on your link. Linda, wish you lived closer. You would love to go. Maybe you can fly in sometime, Linda. You would fly into Austin, and then I think you drive a little over an hour to get to the retreat. So you'd have to rent a car unless you knew someone in Austin, Texas. But we do have people fly in for our retreats, but I totally get it. That adds a little bit of cost to your retreat. Hey, Jody, good morning. Love seeing people on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for watching on YouTube as well. Hey, Darlin, good morning. Janet in North Carolina. Facebook user says fun. Cindy, good morning. Okay, so we have that one. Stampin' Up has the October 1st, just don't want y'all to forget, World Card Making Day free virtual event, 2 p.m. Mountain Time to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. You can go in and out just like these videos. You know, if you have 20 minutes to watch, you can craft along with them, or you can simply do your own crafting while you have this video playing in the background. You can get together with friends and do this. It's just going to be a fun day of crafting, and it's free, which is nice. And it's not going to be all salesy, FYI. Stampin' Up's just going to be, have people demonstrating projects for you and giving tips, stamping tips and all that stuff. They are focusing on 3 bundles. So their projects will be the 3 bundles, which are Cottage Rose, Cottage Wreath, and Warm Welcome. Again, if you don't have these, it doesn't matter. You can just watch. You can make your own projects. But they are making specific projects with each bundle. And the measurements, yes, of how to cut your paper are out there, so I can share that with you. Anyway, the Warm Welcome Bundle is a new one that is a pre-release from our upcoming January to June mini catalog. It's this bundle here. I've shown it a few times. So you can buy this month only, and then it'll go away until it comes back in January. And it's called Warm Welcome, and it's really cool. I'm actually using it for my team meeting make and takes in October, which are optional, but the team will be able to make some projects that we'll cut, die cut, punch, and loss and mail out to them. So we're doing our meeting on Zoom October 8th. Anyway, it's super cute. So you should definitely grab that bundle early. Any of those 3 bundles, if you purchase them right now in September, you're going to get a free pack of iridescent pearls. Just make sure you add those onto your order. Type in iridescent pearls, add them, and they will be free if you've added one of these bundles first. So that's pretty cool as well. Any questions, let me know. Okay, so Work Hard Making Day. And then bingo. So I have scheduled my next stamping bingo. I emailed out the registration link today to everyone who's taking bingo tonight. So if you didn't notice that in that email you received today, look at the bottom, it's there. And the bingo this is stamping, and we play games for our door prizes. So it's Thursday, December 8th, 6:30 p.m. Central. You need to register by November 27th. Make and takes will be mailed out by December 5th. And then we will stamp along after we play our games to make Christmas gift tags. It says 4 minimum, but it will be more than 4. Christmas gift tags using I don't think I put it on here. I didn't. I forgot to update this graphic. Spruced Up bundle. I put the picture of the bundle, but I didn't put the words. But anyway, so basically we get together on Zoom. We play bingo, we give away some prizes, and then we stamp together. So it's a lot of fun. You get to interact with other stampers, meet people from all over the country, make new friends, get questions answered, get stamping tips, etc. So that's what that is, and it's a lot of fun. I always have people who can't actually make it to bingo, but they still purchase it because of the goodie bag and make and takes. Including, I know at least one person can't make it tonight. She's already told me. And then another person has asked, I want the Christmas gift tags, but I can't make it to bingo, in person. Is that okay? Yes, of course that's okay. You can still take the class. You just won't have a chance to play the games. Yay, Linda. And Krista, thanks for sharing. Christina, thanks for sharing, and good morning. Okay, so we have that. And then the other couple of events to talk about is our crafting cruise. So exciting. It's actually getting really close to our next crafting cruise, which is January 29th, 2023, out of Galveston, Texas, on Allure of the Seas, a really big, nice ship out of Galveston, Texas. So anyone can take the crafting cruise and use our group rate. Let me say that. I said that wrong. Anyone can use our group rate and go on the cruise. And then if you choose to add on the crafting portion, you can, and you'll be able to come down to the craft room and hang out with us and stamp and get tons of product, tons of gifts, door prizes, activities, t-shirts, fun, hang out with other crafters on a cruise ship. It's amazing. We do everything self-paced, so you can come in and out of that room 24/7 and work on your 6 classes that are included whenever you choose. In addition to whatever you want to work on yourself. So if you have questions on that cruise, let me know. It's amazing. And again, you may bring your spouse and only you do the crafting. You may bring your entire family and you and your sister do the crafting, just for an example. Whoever adds on the crafting portion can do that. And whoever doesn't want to doesn't have to. So it's amazing. And then the one after that, by the way, January 2023 technically is full, but with cruises, you just never know if someone's going to cancel. So there is a wait list you can get put on. And our travel agent keeps track of that. So they have it in order, and the next person on the wait list gets moved up or offered it, actually, if someone cancels. So get on that wait list. And then January 28th, 2024, Harmony of the Seeds out of Galveston, Texas still has space at this time. So you can register for that. All right, Stampin' Up specials. We have let me see where I am. Yes, Perfect Partners. This, I've already mentioned this because I mentioned it with the Apple Harvest at the very beginning. We have 6 stamp sets that we already were selling in both catalogs that now have dies to match them. So they are this birthday piggy, trimming the tree, fresh cut flowers, Yeti to party, apple harvest, and waterfall canyon. And now, only in September, while supplies last, you can get the matching dies for all of those. The cards I'm making today are using the apple blossoms dies that match the apple harvest bundle. The apple harvest stamp set. Focus. You can't really read that. Let me see if it's any better down here. I didn't get a chance to modify this camera at all, and I think it's going to be blurry today because it did an internet connection instead of hardwire. I'm going to have to figure out what my problem was later. Because of course it was 5 minutes till time to start and it wouldn't connect. Yeah, see how it's blurry today? Very annoying. It looks less blurry on my iPad. Anyway, long story short, that's one of the 6. Now, all 6 are while supplies last. None have sold out yet, miraculously, but they could, and there's no telling. So don't be upset if you didn't get what you wanted. You've been warned. So I lost my train of thought because I read a comment and don't have a share on Facebook. Anyway, it's possible as last is the point. So if you're like me and you already owned some of these stamp sets, you can just purchase the dies. Like I bought the tree trimmings dies because I had the trimming tree stamp set. But if you don't, then you can get the bundle and save that 10%. So any questions on that, let me know. Hopefully I'm making a little bit of sense. The next special going on is our weekly deals. So just don't forget to go check out the weekly deals in my online store. They end September 28th, 1 week from today. Well, actually, they end on Wednesday, the 28th, less than a week. And they are in the store under specials September weekly deals. And they just added new ones today, so you can check those out. And it's just discounted product, of course, obviously. So in September 28th, I do want to encourage the super cute looking, to me, October paper pumpkin it's called Ho Ho Ho. It says Santa and his reindeer in a classic Christmas color palette, which is sure to match various styles of holiday decor and look great on mantles everywhere. You will make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. So your deadline to sign up for that, which is a subscription service, is October 10th. Or you can just go to my online store and purchase a single, let me see if that's what this is. Yes. So menu, view all, and then kits / paper pumpkin. And you can buy 1 month worth, 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. So, and it's a box with a stamp set and ink. All the supplies to make projects, all inclusive, which means what am I trying to say? You could give it to someone who has never even stamped before, and they'll have everything they need in that box. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so it makes a great gift. I talked about that already. I need to clear this table off. I did forget to say at the beginning that anyone who shares my video in September, in any of my September videos, so make sure you comment that you shared, because you will be entered to win, in addition to the cards for that week, for the month, you'll be entered to win 1 of 2 all bundled up stamp sets. So I'll give away 2 to 2 different winners who share my video in September. So make sure you share, even if you're watching replay, because that's fine, obviously, and comment that you shared. Mary said I shared it. Oh, I guess I misread that comment. I shared it on Facebook from YouTube. Got you, Mary. That's perfect. So she was on YouTube. She said share and post it on Facebook. That is brilliant. Love it. Just to show y'all a couple more of the, which I've shown these many times, perfect partners. These are the other ones I own. The Trimming the Tree bundle. These dies will be going away. And the Yeti Departing bundle. These dies will be going away. I still haven't used mine yet, but it's so cute. So I'm excited to use it eventually. And these are the Trimming the Tree cards. See, this is my prize for last week's live. Obviously, we haven't done the winner yet. I just want to show you that Trimming the Tree bundle makes some really pretty cards. So if you don't have it yet, you might want to grab it before it's gone, sold out, or just ends. Okay, last before we start stamping is my ordering special. So every month I have an ordering special, which is a free class packet to make 4 cards. That's pretty good. Place your online order, $25 or more. You're going to get a free class packet to make 4 cards in the month. And you need to use the host code, which I'll show you in a second. And these are the 4 cards for this month. So I've made these on a video already. Go back and check it out. The special works. So you go to my online store. You place an order. You enter this host code, ASPQKUTW. And if your order is 25 or more, you get the free class packet mailed to you in October. If it's 50 or more, in addition, you get a free pack of early espresso faux suede ribbon. If your order happens to be 150 or more, don't use the host code, because then in that case, Stampin' Up will give you a minimum of $15 in free merchandise of your choice, and I will still give you my 2 gifts. So here's the ribbon. Free roll if your order is 50 or more, in addition to the class kit. And I want to show real quick how to enter that host code. It is important you enter the code. Stampin' Up limits how many they will allow me to add later in the month. Like if you forget, in other words, every month there's a limit. So here's where you do. Here's where you do it. When you're at the checkout screen, when you're in the cart, in the cart, you see the word checkout. Right above that is the word add host code. And you have to click that. It opens a box where you type or copy and paste it in. So hopefully you understand. You get questions of it. Okay, so our cards today are going to use Apple Harvest Bundle. See my cord here, because I had to do a last minute cord change. I had so many issues this morning. And I didn't have to move that out of the video's way. Apple Harvest Bundle, which is the stamp set, is in our annual catalog. You can purchase it anytime, but the dies are while supplies last. We're in September 30th. And my first card, let me grab my supplies here. By the way, just a scrap of white. By the way, if you're happen to be watching this, if a friend shared it, or you stumbled across it, or Facebook suggested it to you, and you've never heard of stamping and Stampin' Up and all that, anyone can do this. I am not crafty. When I joined Stampin' Up, I wanted to make a little extra money, but I did not have any crafting skills. So copying is your friend. Let me try this thing right here. Okay. Copying is your friend when you're new, and anyone can do it. So don't be scared. Ask me what questions you have. Okay, so to make a card, we have our, this is card number 1, by the way, card 1. I want to try to do that which will help me when I add those timestamps in YouTube. It's going to help me find it faster. So number 1, to make a card, you take your 8.5 by 11. Actually, this is a good example. Card stock, and you cut it in half. That will fit into your normal invitation size envelope. 2 cards out of 1 sheet of paper. So it's economical and it's easy math. You can also cut it in half the other direction, 4 1/4. It's the same difference. Once you fold it in half, it fits into that envelope. So I'm going to fold it in half with my bone folder, so I will have a nice, crisp fold. I try not to fold any of it with my finger if at all possible, because it gets more wrinkled on the inside when you use your finger. I don't like that. So this is my card base. This card is going to go up and down, portrait, And then my next layer is Granny Apple Green. Of course, all of Stampin' Up's colors match and coordinate. So this is one of the Stampin' Up colors, and you'll see more matching in a minute. So this piece is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, because I just want a skinny little 16th-inch border on the front of the card. Then I have a piece of shaded spruce cardstock that's going to go on here, and it is 2 7/8 by 3 7/8, and then a basic black that will go on top of that, which is going to be 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So again, a little 16th-inch border. I did have to relearn fractions when I started stamping. Literally, I'm talking about 1/4. I had to relearn 1/2, etc. And then, as I got more experience with it, I went down to the 8th, and then the 16th. So a clear ruler is going to be your friend when you're stamping. And I actually had a new person helping me cut this week, and I was same with her. I was like, I know you know this already, but it's probably been a while since you did it. These are our 16ths, and these are our 8ths. So you can learn it pretty quick, and then it becomes like nothing. If you forgot those like me. Okay, last piece on this card is a pre-die cut label. Isn't that cute? So Apple Harvest, the Apple Blossom dies come with a ton of dies, which I'll tell you about in a second. And one of them was this long, skinny label image. So it's stitching when you die cut it, and stitching on the edges, and then each end like a 1/2-inch piece. And each end is just decorative because little eyelet holes, whatever. It's about 3.5 inches long by a 1/2 inch. And mine is basic white. The Apple Harvest stamp set in our annual catalog is line art, so you can color it in, but they do have some nice detail in there that adds shading when you stamp it. That shading is going to get stamped. If you see an image on here, that comes out in your stamping. It's red rubber, and there is a pretty large single apple with 2 leaves and a stem, about 1.5 inches tall. There's a branch with 3 apples growing on it and tons of leaves. That's about a 2.5 by 3-inch image. Then there's a more close-up of a couple of branches with 1 apple growing on it, and the other apple is sitting beside it, cut in half, and a couple of little blossoms on that piece. So that's about a good 2 by 2 1/4 inch image. And then you have a single blossom stamp, just one single little flower, no leaves, no stem, nothing. It's about a 1/2 inch. And then there's a nice little detail of accent stamp. I wouldn't really call it a background because it's only about 1 1/4 inches long by about 3/4. But it's like diagonal lines that are a little messy and imperfect, and it's not complete. It's like it fades out. Okay, and the 3 greetings in this set. The greatest gift is a good friend. Hope you are feeling better. Thanks for your kindness. So the greatest gift is a good friend. Fits the label perfectly. Hope you're feeling better. Fits it, but it's shorter than the label. And thanks for your kindness. I don't know if that one really fits in there because it's a little bit taller, but it might. Anyway, that's the stamp set. And then these dies, you've got dies to cut out the 3 larger images on the stamp set, plus the flowers on the stamp set, and then so many duplicate dies. It's amazing. So there's all these large and small leaves. You get like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, maybe it's 8. About 8 leaves that put little veins in them. I'm going to use those today and show you. You get 2 large and 2 small flowers. These are standalone dies. You get 2 large and 2 small centers for the flowers. This border die, which I'll be using today. A branch die. Like, this is amazing. I don't really like, honestly, Um, am I doing the video right? What's wrong? Broke down. There's an echo. What's happening? Um, is there an echo? Hold on. I don't know. Let me mute this one and try it. Hello. Tell me if the echo is uh, fixed. Kathy is right. I was not looking at comments. I'm going to wait a second, see if this echo is fixed. Sorry. So I said so much with a bad echo. There's some kind of problem with my. Okay, thank you, Carol. Setup today. Like it was just different than normal. Anyway, so thank you guys for telling me that. Sorry, I did not look up sooner. Okay. Hopefully you could understand what I was saying because I don't even remember to repeat it all. But where was I? Oh, I don't like where I have to die cut a bunch of pieces to make one project. I just don't like that. But with this, it was actually easy because it was, there were multiples. So I just ran a whole bunch of pieces through at one time, a whole bunch of leaves, a whole bunch of flowers, and so on. So you'll see that when I make my cards. Okay, back to the card. I have a scrap paper here to stamp some images on. And for this card, I'm going to use the image that has a branch, tons of leaves, and 3 apples on it. I will be using Memento black ink for the images and coloring with Stampin' Blends, which are alcohol markers. Memento is water-based. Those are alcohol-based, so that's a perfect mix because you don't want your alcohol markers to blend and smear your ink. So water-based ink, which Memento black is, with alcohol-based markers. Alcohol markers, the reason they're so amazing is because they don't have streaks. That's my main reason. I've pre-colored this, so I'm just going to color a little bit for anyone who does not know how to use Stampin' Blends. And I'm a basic Stampin' Blends user. I'm not super advanced, I guess is the word, or I don't want to say I'm not good, but anyway, these are the colors I'm going to use: Granny Apple Green, Shaded Spruce, and Suede. And I'm using only dark suede and light and dark in the others. So I'll just do one apple here. So I'm going to go in with my dark, which is what I normally do. I add dark wherever shadows or whatever should be. Then I go over that entire thing with light, including the dark section. And again, you won't have streaks. If you do see a streak, just color over it to make it disappear. But what the blending part is when you have the light and dark and the shadows show, but there's not a harsh line. So it blends. You can get really advanced with this. You can mix any other colors. I could put a yellow in here on top of the green, beside the green, blah, blah, blah. It won't mess it up. You can keep coloring it as long as you want, and it won't tear your paper up because it's alcohol. You can go back and add more dark like I am. You can go back and add more light. You can use our color lifter tool to lift up where you've gotten it too dark. Very versatile and easy to use. And again, I'm not artistic, I'm not crafty, none of that. So that's how I get the apples. I made green apples on this one with Granny Apple Green. Then I did the leaves just with Shaded Spruce, so dark on the veins, and anywhere Stampin' Up has those little shadow stamp images, and then go over the whole thing with light. I interchange the fine point and the brush tip. In my opinion, you don't get a different image with either one because it blends out. But for whatever reason, I usually tend to be coloring smaller spaces like this, and that it's easier for me to use the bullet tip. So that's all. And then I looked at other people, how they had colored these in, and they made all of the stems from the leaves and these other, obviously the, whatever these are called, that go down to the apples, brown. And that's it. That's how I colored the entire thing. And here's what it looks like. So of course I'm going to die cut that out. Isn't that amazing? So here's the die. Fit it over your image on your die cut machine. I would trim around this because I don't like to smash and sort of wrinkle up nice big chunks of smooth paper in my machine that I'm not die cutting. But on the machine, you would align this perfectly and run it through in it one time, and it cuts it out. So good. So there's that. My greeting, I am scared about stamping this straight because it's red rubber. I forgot. I don't think I pre-stamped one. But on my sample, I actually stamped first on my scrap paper and then die cut it out. I'm looking for the stamp. I haven't grabbed it yet. So anyway, this is going to say the greatest gift is a good friend. And I'm stamping it on this label. So if I mess up, I may have to stamp one. If I mess up bad, I may have to stamp one on my scrap and die cut it out real quick. And, oh, good. I did good. What was I going to say? Oh, for stamping this, the greeting is really, I'm not focusing well today. The greeting is really fine and skinny. So you can't press too hard. Let me try to give you an example. I'm weak, but if you press really hard, yeah, it's all blurry and kind of fat. So it's firm but gentle when you press to stamp those. All right. Oh, I thought I was done, but no. So I decided to use Versamark ink to make a background just because I don't show that very much. And I wanted to show that. So I'm going to stamp a background on this Granny Apple Green cardstock with the, oh, I got confused, with the same multiple apple image. So I'm going to grab my cleaner, which I was lazy and didn't check. It's still wet. It's okay. As long as it's a little bit damp, it should clean your stamps. This is the Simply Chamois, which you can just rinse out in the sink, squeeze out all the excess ink, and then it's good to go again. Mine's starting to dry up. You see how it's shrinking on the corner? And it's very hard. Not that you can tell, but that's hard. Here's a soft corner that I can smush. But it's still wet in the center, so as long as it's wet and not too dirty with ink, I can use it to clean. I'm going to grab some scratch paper here. So I'm just stamping a background. I could totally do this with Granny Apple Green ink on Granny Apple Green cardstock, but I just want to remind everybody that you may not have a Granny Apple Green pad. You may not have a shaded spruce or a black or a red, purple, blue ink pad. And so you can just use your Versamark pad, which we do also use for heat embossing. And when you stamp it on a colored ink, it's just going to come out a little darker than the color of the ink. So it's a watermark. Makes sense. So I'm just inking this. I think I did it about 4 times and stamped it as a background since it's a pretty large image here. And of course, I know this middle section will be covered up, so I'm not worried about that. So just a reminder, grab your watermark, your Versamark sometimes, and you can do those backgrounds like that. Okay, let's see. I'm so glad the echo's gone. I need to look at comments more as the lesson on that, because of course it could be, I don't know if StreamYard changed a setting The way I had to unmute it was in a completely different spot than I've done that before as well. But anyway, okay, so I actually had not pre-stamped. The other side is also stamped because I made a TikTok video that I haven't posted yet showing the same thing. But I'll just use the side I stamped today. Okay, so actually, I don't want to glue that down yet. So I have all my elements here. And now before I put it together, I want to add some twine. So on this card, I'm using the Baker's Twine Essentials pack in basic white. It comes with 5 colors. It's like crumb cake, vanilla, black. I think it's Sahara Sand. I can't remember the other grayish color. Or gray granite. It might be gray granite. It's gray granite, I believe. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this twine towards the bottom around twice. So I like to make an X, which I didn't do very well. And then over here on the side, which will be the right side, but I'm flipping this upside down. It doesn't really matter for twine, but anyway, I'm going to make a bow. So I'm going to grab my reverse tweezers. Now I use the ones from our Embossing Additions toolkit. Get those tweezers in there. Reverse tweezers. That just holds the ribbon for me while so my hands can be free to tie a bow. So I call it a reverse tweezers bow. And I'm just going to tie a bow, remove the tweezers, fix the bow, and we're good to go. I will be able to adjust this ribbon, make it higher or lower, this twine, I should say, or any of that stuff as I'm finishing this card. I want this bow, this loop to work with me a little bit. Come on, it's good enough. Okay. Let me trim. I just realized with the echo thing, well, maybe I said that already, but it's definitely not my day for technology. Okay, so my basic black, did I say this has been embossed? I don't think I did. I embossed the basic black with the Hive embossing folder. This folder here. So you just take your plain paper, put it in there, and it comes out like that. And you run that through the same die cut machine that we die cut with, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Super easy. I'm just, I don't remember if I'll be die cutting anything today, but it's saving y'all a little bit of time today that I'm not doing it, but I've shown die cutting on so many videos. So, you know, there is training out there. This black, I'm just placing on the shaded spruce, and that's going to go up here in the top left-hand corner. So I definitely want to move my twine down because I don't even want that on the black part at all, or on the green or black. So that's easy to shift. I want it just maybe a ½ inch or so below this piece. And so now I know everything's good, so I can place this shaded spruce rectangle on the top left corner, portrait, with a little maybe 1/4 inch border or so on the left sides. Then I will use Stampin' Dimensionals for my greeting and apples. I like to use mini Stampin' Dimensionals. We also sell big ones. It does not matter. It's your choice. I just like the minis because you get 720 in a pack. And to me, they work just as good as the big ones. So I get more, save money. They last me longer, I should say. I'm just putting about 4 on here. Of course, you can do more. That's fine. Your choice. So this like branch is just going to kind of go right in the middle of this black cardstock. And then my greeting is pretty long, so I am going to put 4 dimensionals on that. The minis, just spreading it out so that it is balanced on the card. And I want the greeting to just kind of overlap the very bottom of the black and shaded spruce cardstock. I'm going to pop that leaf above it, and that's how it's going to go. And then this goes on my card base, and the card will be finished. Just add some Stampin' Seal. I think that is it for this card. What do y'all think? Here's my original. I like the bow better, so I'll put this one for the prize, of course. I always pick the better looking card for you guys to win instead of whatever mistakes I've made. Thank you, Stacy. Hey, Liz. Jody, yay. I'm glad. I'm kind of glad for whoever just came on, because then they didn't hear the echo. Love doing background faith stamps, then put on the cutouts. Backgrounds, faith stamps. I'm not sure I understand that, Linda, but I'm sure it makes sense. Christina loves the colors together. Yay. Yeah, I need, you needed a different color green. I would have liked to use Granny Apple for the leaves, but there we go. All right, there's card number 1. 2 more to go. Let me grab my supplies. This is card number 2. Oh, I'm so crooked. Yuck. Card number 2. So I have a basic black card base. I'll give these measurements in a sec. A piece of basic white and a piece of perfectly penciled designer paper. My scrap of basic white. And then a pre-die cut label in basic white from the Stylish Shapes dies, which are amazing, by the way. If you don't have them, you get circles, squares, and banners that are pierced. So, anyway, my phone usually focuses. This is my phone. It usually focuses when I pull it up like this, and it's not today. Whatever. My thing is freaking me out because it says mic is muted on the screen. But I know y'all can hear me, so there we go. Okay, so first things first on this card is the card base. We're going to fold it in half like normal. It's just a half sheet of black, just like the first card. Then the next thing I did on this one is take this border stamp. And I did, you need to open your card because you don't want to cut both sides. I did use a sticky note. I made sure it was straight. And I ran it through the die cut machine and cut off, it's going to end up being the front of the card, the right edge. When I did that, first of all, this is what I got. And then I was like making my card. I was going about my business. And then all of a sudden this thing came out of nowhere. And I was like, what is that? Did I cut it so perfectly at the edge? And I was like, no, I didn't do that. I just didn't realize that when you cut this, it actually cuts out. Like, I think that's what this die is for, is to make this border piece, the skinny, skinny little scalloped border. I don't think it's intended for the edge. Original intention. So, heads up, when you die cut this out, you get this awesome little super skinny border. I definitely would use an adhesive sheet with this. It's so skinny, but I didn't use it on any of my cards. So I used this, made this, which I will, I think I forgot to cut my white for the inside. So I'll need to cut a piece of white real quick. I'm just going to use this one real quick. This is what this scallop looks like. It is kind of extreme, I guess. It's a pretty deep scallop. So that's what I got. But you also get this piece. And then on my original card, I did that. And then to do my second one, I actually used the piece I had cut off the first one, which is this piece here, as a guide to cut my second one in the same spot. Okay, now I'm over explaining this because I want you to know this could happen to you. It's not anything bad, but because I placed this basically right here at the edge of my new piece. And then I placed the die on top of it. I didn't align it perfectly or whatever, and it didn't allow it to cut. Well, now it's coming off, but it didn't really, well, what the heck? It didn't cut this perfectly, this extra piece. There's a little bit of ripping and stuff, and I'm sure it's because I had 2 layers. Be aware, you stack it because you're trying to measure like me and Landa would do. This piece might not come out perfect. Hope all that's helpful for when you do stuff with these dies. Okay, so that's what I did. It's going to look super cute. Let me cut a piece of white real quick. 4 by 5 1/4 to go on the inside of this card. Otherwise, it's going to be very dark to write your note. That's for the front. 4 by 5 1/4. That'll go on the inside. See, it's going to look cute. Okay, then this piece of white, again, on this kind of card, you might just, because your may not be exactly the same every time you cut this border, you might just modify the front piece basically to match whatever you did. But we'll stick with this one. It is, so in this case, it is my ruler here. 3.5 by 5 1/4. 3.5 by 5 1/4. And then this perfectly penciled designer paper, which is all black and white. The whole set is black and white. I'm using a side that's black with white, sort of thick lines going both directions, but they're super distressed, like they were drawn on there and then erased or wiped off or smudged off or whatever. It's really nice. It's a nice distressed background. It's that perfectly penciled designer paper from our annual catalog. Again, all black and white. You get dots, lots of flowers, just really nice background type images of all different styles, leaves, flowers, stripes, etc. I think the other, let me see. Oh yeah. Is it this one? I think it's this one. I think is the other design I'm using on the next card, which is just these big bunches of flowers with some butterflies around, white on white background, black drawing. So anyway, that's really pretty paper. It goes with, matches a lot of products, of course, with Stampin' Up because it's just black and white. Okay, that piece is at an 1/8 inch smaller, so it's 3 3/8 by 5 1/8. Okay, stamping. We need a couple of apples. Don't worry, I pre-stamped them and die cut them out. But I'll, give you the visual. I can find my ink. Memento Black. This is the large apple that has the 2 leaves and the stem. By the way, great for back to school, your teachers. And you can, I didn't end up making a sample, even just a piece of paper sample, but you can stamp this in red ink on red paper and get a pretty good apple there if you don't want to do any coloring, or green on green, or whatever color you want your apple to be. Okay, so then I colored this one in with real red, granny apple green, and soft suede, dark soft suede. So I'll just give you an example real quick. I did use the brush tip a little more on this one because this apple is really large. And honestly, I was thinking, I don't know if this part is supposed to be darker or it's more like where the light would shine on it and it would be lighter. Look for my glasses. But I made it darker because I just did. So again, you want to go over the dark. Turn this. If I didn't mention, the blends bleed through, so just don't expose that on your project. They bleed through to the backside. I actually had someone recently tell me that's why they don't use blends. They use the other ones more because they don't bleed through to the backside. So that's, of course, a choice you can make. I like these better personally because of the streaks. Like, I'm terrible getting streaks with water-based markers. But that's why we all can do whatever we want. I'm not coloring very well right now. Like, as far as staying in the lines. Trying to rush. Anyway, hopefully y'all get my point. You do what you like, but I'm just telling you what I like about these markers. It's still a little streaky, so I'm just gonna make that disappear. And of course I can go back and add dark and then blend it out with the light and all that. And then you saw me do leaves already, just some dark. This has some nice shadow again, whatever this detail is. So I'll add my dark with Granny, go over the whole thing with light. And I can't remember if let me look. Yeah, I made these stems green, although I don't know if that's correct, but it's fine. And then dark suede there. So something like that. And then here are the two that I pre-did and die cut out. Do need two for this card. And then my greeting, and then we're ready to assemble. Where did I put that banner? I have this is my backup banner. I lost the first one. I'm sure it's right here. Luckily, I got two because I don't know why, but I did. I guess in case I messed up the stamping. Okay, so this is going to be the thanks for your kindness. So thanks is on top, for your kindness is on bottom. Thanks is all caps, print. For your kindness is a cute cursive. And so it's a little wider. It fits really well on this banner. Ooh, that's kind of terrible stamping. Where's that other banner? No, there it is. See? Okay, let me try to stamp that better. I pressed too hard. I got ink on the edge. I don't like that. It's a little better, but I'm going to, it's not, it's crooked. I'm going to give you the other card if you win. Okay. But we're not going to waste any more time. Okay, so this card, I didn't stamp anything on the inside. You, of course, can. You can add a greeting, an image. I didn't want to color more, to be honest, so I didn't add apples on the inside. You can do all of that. It's just white because it needs to be. I think my adhesive is it's almost empty. I can see the red on there more prominently. Okay, so this goes inside. Designer paper to this white piece. Let's see these comments. Thank you, Linda. That was an accident that I would have discovered it, obviously, about the die being used two ways. I just assumed it was a border because we have so many border dies like that. But now I'm not sure what Stampin' Up's intention was, but it's so long, it probably is for both. Okay, so there's the white with the designer paper, and I'm not wrapping my ribbon around it, so I'm going to go ahead and attach that to the front. Kind of blinding this paper. Kind of hard to make out your edges there. My thanks is going to go up here toward the top, and then an apple, like the apples are kind of offset. This is portrait. And so one's facing right, one's facing left. They're above and below each other. And I will put the bottom one flat with my tape runner. And then the top apple with dimensionals. Just do like a triangle here. And then, of course, dimensionals on my greeting. I'll do more than normal. I'll do 4 to balance it out. Although this is the crooked greeting, so I shouldn't waste it. I should fix it later, but it's fine. And then, last but not least, the awesome black and white gingham ribbon. I'm just going to add a bow. I'll do a bunny ear bow. 2 bunny ears. Lots of space in between the 2 ears. 1 ear in each hand. So 2 hands. Long tails. but I am leaving it attached to the roll so I don't have any waste on one side. And then the most important is that the ribbon is flat. It's never been twisted and turned. And I go right loop over left, push that right one down into the rabbit hole and pull. This ribbon is super easy to work with. It's like a 1/4 inch wide ribbon, just black and white gingham. Really versatile, works with a lot of stuff. Trying to even my loops out there. I think I want this bow a little bigger, but that's fine. This is my card, so it's fine. So see, 0 waste. I love that part. You don't, when you leave your ribbon on the roll, when possible, of course. If we're cutting for you for a class, and we need to cut it, we'll cut it. But okay, mini glue dot. Fold this back and then press this paper so that that one glue dot is exposed. And you can push hard into your embellishment into the glue dot and then pull it off. And I'm just putting the bow kind of right here where the 2 apples meet on the left. And that's it. It's a pretty simple card. Has that cute border though. And yeah, that's it. So let me grab the slightly better one. See, the bow is bigger here. Greeting is straight. Straighter anyway. That'll be the prize one. There it is. Have tried making bunny ears, but my hands just don't work right. Margaret, you can do it. I wish I could show you in person. I mean, unless, of course, it's an issue like arthritis or something like that, of course. But all things considered, I can help you. Thank you, Mary. Thanks, thanks, Margaret and Betsy. Black and white with a pop of color. Perfect. Thank you, Jean. You're so nice to me always. Facebook user, nice card. Kathy, thank you. Betsy loves the scallop border. Super cute. It is a nice border. I hardly ever use those border dies also. I love this, that I'm going to need a glass of wine at lunch. It is a challenging day, isn't it? Just a reminder, at 11 a.m. Central, my blog post will go live, hopefully with no errors. And the recipe cards will be on there. Has the measurements and all the supplies used for you. You can print these or just use them, you know. Just realized I forgot to put this on the screen. Just use it digitally, if I can speak. And so that'll be for all 3 cards. And that's made from my Stampin' Stuff website, mystampinstuff.com. You can go there and look around for free. That's a website that is $3 a month, and you can create these recipes, but more importantly, you can keep a stock of all your Stampin' Up! Merchandise. You can keep lists, unlimited number of lists, like own it, want it, bought it, friend loaned it out to a friend loaned me this. Literally, you make the list and you can edit those all the time. You can search by keywords like love, heart, tree, leaf, fall, apple, fruit, etc., and find what products match that. You can search by current only, current and retired, etc. So check it out. Okay, that's card number 2. One more card. As a reminder, this is card number 3, when you are watching this video, even if it's on replay, even if you just came on, whatever, make sure you comment. Just make a comment so that you will be entered to win the 3 cards that I'm making today. And then if you share the video, comment that you shared, so you'll be entered again to win the cards. Plus, you'll have a chance to win one of 2 all bundled up stamp sets in September. That's a September special. Okay, this last card doesn't have an apple on it at all. I pre-die cut a bunch of pieces here. And my card base is Granny Apple Green, 5.5 by 8.5. Then I have the piece of designer paper I already described to you from the Perfectly Penciled. It is this, we're using the side that's white with the large floral images and some butterflies all sketched on there. Outline. You could color those in if you wanted to. We're not. We're using it as black and white. Then I have a pre-die cut basic white rectangle stitched dies piece. It is, or these are the rectangle stitched dies. 1, 2, 3. I think it's the fourth from the largest. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the white, that white piece. And then a piece of basic black to go behind it. So let me measure that. Two and 3/8 by 3 3/4. That'll fit behind this white rectangle. I don't always like doing stitched behind stitched. That's why I cut my border there instead of die cutting the next layer up. Anyway, okay, so this card has a little bit of a, I forgot to cut the white for this one too. Anyway, has a little bit of a fancy fold. It's basically like my Z fold card, except without the Z part. So what I'm going to do is fold it in half, like normal, with the bone folder. And then I'm not going to fold it in half here, but for a Z fold, you would fold this half all the way back to the left, and that would end up being at 2 1/8 inches. So instead, I'm going to open it up and put it in my paper trimmer and cut it off, or cut off 2 1/8 inches. Boom, cut that off. So it's, see how it's like a Z fold, but there's no Z to it. This is going to be a landscape direction card. And I need a piece of white to go on the inside. Where was my brain when I was cutting for these? I don't know. But I have the other half of the one from earlier. So 4 by 5 1/4 white to go inside. Again, it's landscape, so the flap on the top will be at the top. Then this designer paper is 1 7/8 by 5 1/4, and it's going to go on that top granny apple green flap. And then we'll end up putting this black with the white on top of it, landscape across the center there. So when you open it, it will be like this. Okay, so for stamping, the only thing I'm stamping on this white rectangle is the greeting. And this is going to say, hope you are feeling better. And I will use early espresso ink. You could use black. That would be fine. But I'm going to use espresso because I'm putting an espresso piece of paper on this card. So I'm just going to tap real gently because this is a long, skinny one. And hopefully stamp it straight. Not press too hard. Don't rock it. Just hold it down for a few seconds. It's okay. It might be a little bit crooked. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so there's that. And then on this white piece that goes on the inside, I'm going to use this accent stamp that I talked about in Memento Black, because I want it to match the black in the paper, the design paper. So on this, I'm just stamping it. It's hard to describe this, but it's basically a rectangle, except not a rectangle. So I'm going to stamp it the long rectangle way, like landscape, here at the bottom left corner. And then I'm just going to turn it to the right one turn, ink it up again, and stamp it on the left, like along the left side here, down at the bottom. So it makes like a corner. It's not perfect, although the original one I stamped kind of almost aligned. I'll show you the inside real quick. It almost aligned, but it wasn't on purpose. I just stamped it and that happened. Yeah, it almost lines up. So anyway, I don't know if that's how those are intended, but okay, so that'll go on the inside here. It's gonna look pretty cute. Right, little corner. On this white, back to the white rectangle, all I'm using is all these die cut pieces. So like I said at the beginning, I went and die cut just a bunch of stuff. Of course, then I went back and I was like, oh, you should have used adhesive sheets. I went back and recut the branch and these little flower centers. Where's one? Oh, there it is. With the adhesive sheets. I did not cut the leaves with adhesive sheets, which I could have, but they, see how it actually makes slits? I don't know why this isn't focusing. If I get too close, normally it does. The dye makes little slits to form the veins. So it's kind of cool. So I don't know. I didn't use adhesive sheets. And same on the flowers. I did not use adhesive sheets, but there's little slits on these petals. I assume this is what an apple tree blossom looks like. I wouldn't know from personal experience. Karen says I'm breaking up. Does anyone else say I'm breaking up badly? I could be, but sometimes that will be on your end, especially if other people aren't commenting, based on your internet connection. So if no one else is, Karen, you can, Stacy says all good. I would personally close Facebook completely and then go back into Facebook. Kathy says not here. So Karen, try that. I have to personally, honestly do that a lot when I'm watching other lives. I don't know seems like my internet works fine other times, but then when I'm trying to watch a video, it tries to mess up on me. Okay, cool. Betty's good. Sounds good. Thank you, Betty. Thanks, Sarah. Thanks, everybody. Catherine Smith, by the way, says she can't do bunny ears, but she is a pro at bows. So you don't even need to do bunny ears, Catherine. You got it down. I am not a pro at regular bows. I'm glad you guys all like the black and white, by the way, and the scallop border. Yay. Okay, so back here, no problems on YouTube. Oh, no problem on YouTube. Yes. Okay, cool. Thank you guys for answering that, because, you never know. It could be me, although I don't know what I would do about it, unfortunately. Okay, so here we go. I did use adhesive sheets. In case you don't know what those are, they're called adhesive sheets. They're sheets of sticky. So they have a protective coating on both sides, and actually both sides, well, that's not true. When you get ready to use it, you peel the backing off, and you'll find out at that time which side is sticky and which side is not. I don't know if there's another way to tell. And yes, sometimes you just have to use your fingernail or a tool and get it started. It has little slits in it, but if you don't happen to cut near the slit, then you're not going to be able to use that. And I knew when I demoed this on the video, it would be this way. But see, you just get it to separate. You cut it a little bit smaller than your size of paper. And when you peel it off, you'll see, okay, in this case, this is the smooth side, that's the trash, and then this is the sticky side, which I would stick down to the back of my cardstock. Then I would turn it back to the front side and put my dies on the cardstock or designer paper or whatever it is, specialty, whatever, and die cut. And that's what I've done with this branch in Early Espresso and the little flower centers, which are like little starbursts, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like an asterisk shapes. There's a small and large. Crushed curry. And then the flowers are white and the leaves are granny apple green. Okay, so I'm going to put this branch on here. I'm going to peel the backing off. See, there was one of the slits in the adhesive sheet. And then my little branch will just kind of be over here, starting on the left, pointing towards the right. Doesn't need to be exact. It's fine. Then the flowers, I used my mini Stampin' Dimensionals. They're a little tiny bit. Let me show you. There possibly could show on the front. Focus, man. So mad at everything today. Anyway. You can't really tell, I don't think, because it's kind of blurry. But it could show on the front, but we don't need to worry about that because we're going to cover it up with these flower centers. So did that wrong. I'm going to put a dimensional on the small, 2 sizes, the smaller petals flower. It's a 5-petal flower. And then put that on top of the large one where I've turned it, where the petals sort of interlock. Then that large one will get a Stampin' Dimensional and to be placed at the end of one of these branches. Then I'll repeat with the other flower, same thing. By the way, I think I will be live next week, but there's a tiny chance I won't be. I'll let y'all know, but I think I will be, so never mind. I'll just keep you updated. Of course, when I put the second one on, I just want to make sure I don't cover up my greeting down there. Then I keep thinking I lost these because they're still on the sheet. Then I will place the large little star asterisk kind of flower center on each one, and then of course layer the small one on there, interlocking. I don't know if that's the right word, but I'm offsetting them, and that covers up any dimensionals that might be showing, by the way. Love the minis. I think they're $4.25 for 3 sheets like this, which equals $720. By the way, shout out to Landa. This is her stamp set and dies that I borrowed to do this video. I meant to say that at the beginning. Ooh, look, that one came off nice. The sticky all stayed on my other piece. So cute. And then I will place this all on my card and then add the leaves, although it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to do it that way just because. So let me put the card together and then I'll add those leaves and a bow, and that will be finished. So the white rectangle on the black rectangle. Add my designer paper to the top. And by the way, so I picked this designer paper because I'm sure these are not the same flowers, but they're kind of similar. So I think it matches a little bit on style, right? Sarah says those are really super cute flowers. I'm more excited I got this bundle after seeing you use the pieces. Thank you, Sarah. And she says it could also be a cherry tree. So good to know, because y'all know I don't know that stuff. And plus, I just think they're pretty flowers, right? Like, if you don't know flowers, okay, but they're still pretty. If you do know them, better, of course. I did feel better one time because April, my retreat partner, she's a team member, all that. She texted me about our retreat, and she was like, what kind of flower is whatever stamp set we were using? And I was like, I don't know flowers, but blah, blah, blah. And she replied back, well, I don't know flowers either. I was like, oh, good. It's not just me. Oh, Susie, it says shared. I thought it said sound. I was like, not again. Thanks for sharing, Susie and Margaret. That was hilarious. Okay. So I glued everything down. Now I'm going to place this black piece on just like a Z-fold card. I only want I'm using dimensionals. I only want that adhesive, even if I was doing it straight, on the top half so that it only sticks to this part and people can actually open the card. So I'm going to turn it upside down, side to side here, place it where it would be on the card so that I can see how far up to put these dimensionals. You may not need a visual guide like that, but I just do. I always seem to go too low if I don't measure like that. So it just gives me reassurance that I'm not going too low. I think I have it halfway and then I don't. And then this just goes right in the center here. So pretty. I will grab my little silicone craft sheet and put adhesive on the back of these leaves, which again, I'm not going to be able to bring this up close because it won't focus, but the front is going to be a lot more smooth and pretty. The back will be not as pretty. So make sure you pick the right side. There is a large and a small leaf. Let me grab, I die cutted, like I said, a bunch of stuff. and then didn't use it all. Here's the large leaf. Same exact style pretty much, but it's a lot bigger. So I like both. I just chose to use the small ones on this card. And I think you get 4 of each dies. Remember, you get a ton of dies in this set. So if you don't have it yet, now's the time. If you don't have a demonstrator or you're not a demonstrator, you can use my special, get some free stuff from me. Okay, so just putting adhesive. I'm using the silicone craft sheet to protect my table. By the way, this, I don't know why this reminded me, on my blog, I also have a full list of supplies used for these cards. Besides the recipe card, you can just scroll down to the bottom and see the whole supply list in case you're like, what's that silicone sheet or whatever. So I'm just tucking these leaves behind these flowers. And then I really like how this bow, in my opinion, that I'm going to add finishes this card off. But there's that part. And then I'm going to use the parakeet party, actually. So it's not Granny Apple Green, but it matches it so well, by the way. Parakeet party metallic, what do they call it? Woven ribbon. And I'm going to make a double bow. So I'm going to fold 2 pieces, like fold it over on itself, basically. So it is 2 pieces. And then tie, actually, I can tie a regular bow with twine and really skinny ribbon. So that's what I'm going to do, regular bow. But with wider ribbon, I bend it too much and it doesn't look good. Like what's the word? Not bend. I can't think of the word now. But it does not stay flat. Okay, so I want this double bow, which I kind of copied this from Alejandra. She uses double bows with this ribbon a lot because it is skinnier, which I do that with twine a lot, but whatever. She figured it out first on this ribbon, and it makes it a little more substantial. Then I'm just going to cut all 4 of the ends there kind of even. And there's my double bow. I'll just add it on and be done. Can you believe it? It's only 10:30. But I do have a lot to do today, so I might have been rushing myself a little bit. A very busy day. Bow right there on the branch. That's it. What do you think? Apple blossoms, so good. Move that where all my graphics aren't blocking it. Here's the original. The bow's a little different. I kind of like this bow better, but I don't think this one's bad. It's just different, but this one's kind of longer and skinnier, and the tails are longer. Just to give you a couple of options of how you could do it there. Let me pull out. Let me make sure I get the good ones. Yeah, that's the straight. I don't remember if there was a better one. Oh yeah, that bow is better. Okay, so these will be the 3 you have a chance to win on. I'm going to switch these because of my graphic. By commenting on this video today, or tomorrow, or the next day, or a week from now on replay. And if you share the video, make sure you comment that you shared, so you get a second chance to win them. And then of course you'll be entered to win a stamp set for sharing in September. Or sharing a September video, basically. So you can go back and rewatch my other videos, share those, comment that you shared. And that works on YouTube and Facebook. Betsy, I love the detail flowers. I have this set, but I have not used it. Thanks for inspiring me to create. Can't talk. Oh, you've been in a creative funk, Betsy. That's sad to hear because Betsy makes amazing cards. She swaps in our team all the time. And of course, stamps on her own, and her cards are amazing. So you got to get out of your funk, Betsy. And yeah, I'm glad you guys like these die cut flowers. I do as well. Thank you, Eleanor. Sarah likes the second bow better, which is this one, right? Okay. Now that you say it, I kind of do too. They're just different. We'll go with the second one for the prize. Linda, you're welcome. Thank you. Cindy says she's going to check out the replay. Loves the cards. Thank you. Lots of, just so y'all know, I can't see your name on some of you, which is not your fault, but thank you for the comments. I just can't call you out by name. Thanks, Jean. Cindy, thank you. Really likes the flowers on the third card. Yeah, so in case anybody missed it, just want to remind you that what's cool about this set of dies is 2 large and 2 small flowers, 2 large and 2 small centers, so you can do a lot at a time. 4 of each size of leaf. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, actually, see, I can't count these right. 1, 2, maybe it's 3 large and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 small. I think that's what it is. 3 large and 6 small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Check that out. There's 2 down here. And then multiples of the flower that you can stamp and cut out. Of course, 1 of each for the big ones. And then that border, which fell off, I guess. I don't know where it is. I think it's over here. And of course, the label. So they're really good dies, but they are while supplies last or through September 30th only. They're called Apple Blossom. The dies are, and there's also a bundle if you don't have the stamp set yet. All right. Yay! Sandy has the set. Now she has some ideas. Great. And you just got that DSP. Perfect. Carol. Second is your favorite, which was that this one? I don't remember what order. Yeah, I think that was the second one. Thanks for your kindness. Just done. That could be a teacher card right there, right? So awesome. Well, I'm going to let y'all go. Have a busy day. I'll see some of you back tonight at 6:15 p.m. Central for Zoom. I mean, for Bingo Zoom. And I just struck my hand against the microphone. I'm sorry. But any questions on any of this, let me know. I have links to a lot of it in the video description, as well as, you can join my email newsletter, go to my blog, all that stuff, which is stamptherapist.com. It's right there, stamptherapist.com. All right. Thank you guys very much. I hope I will see you next week, but I will keep you updated. Have a great day and have a great week.